Alright guys, so today I'm going to give you my thoughts on Mad City Chapter 2, because there are a lot of mixed feelings I have about this update. A lot of them are good, don't get me wrong, I love this update, but there's a lot of things I have to complain about, is one way I could say it. Now, some of the things I really like the UI is amazing. I was skeptical at first about the UI, but now I'm just I love it. Absolutely amazing. There's a lot of things I love about this update. The map, the just new physics. The map is absolutely, I think, like, bigger than it used to be. I don't even know. It feels bigger. To me, it feels bigger. Some people might say otherwise, but to me, it feels much bigger. The map is just absolutely stunning. Everything is so colorful. It's really a lot to take in at first glance. Like, it's so much. The heists are one of the most anticipated things I've been waiting for Chapter 2. Like, I wanted to check all of these out as soon as I started playing. And believe me, the heists are a lot better than they were in Chapter 1. But there is some things that, like the heists, they're step by step. They're not just one long process of pushing E constantly. There's things you actually have to do. Like, each heist is so interactive. Like, you have to do so many things step by step by step. I love it. And especially all of the new looks and everything, it just looks awesome. One of the things I do not like about the new heists, however, is the long process of doing all these step by things and getting less money than you did in Chapter 1. Like, I feel like they should buff at least some of the cash rewards for these heists. Like, it takes a while to get through them. You should be able to get more payoff than just a few $1,000. Then again, maybe keeping it harder to grind makes everything more worth it. I don't know. It depends on how you guys feel. In my opinion, I think the cash should be buffed a little bit more. Now, one of the downsides to these heists is the fact that they were pretty difficult for lower end players who were laggy or who were just not that good at the game. And these people would just constantly complain about the heists, and the devs nerfed these heists as a result, which I'm kind of bummed about, because them being difficult gave the heist more challenge. And now that they nerfed it and made it a lot easier, they took away that challenge. So there's no challenge to any of the heists, which makes them boring and repetitive. You see, without challenge in a heist, the heist just becomes boring and repetitive. And that's one of the many bad things that the devs have done in this update. As a result of nerfing all the heists due to all the kids complaining, now all of the higher end players are going to be quitting the game or just getting bored of the game, because all of the heists are now repetitive and boring, because there's no challenge. In my opinion, the devs should have compromised and made some heists easier and left others, if not made others harder. That way, both parties are happy. One side has the easy heists and they won't complain, and the other side has the difficult, challenging heists that keep the game interesting. And one of my other complaints is balancing. Now, the devs tried to balance the teams as much as they could in this update. However, I feel like they made matters worse than they were before. Because in Chapter 1, it was more of criminals were the top rolling team, and heroes did have an upper hand over the cops. But heroes and criminals still had a kind of an unfair playing field, because one always had an upper hand over the other. However, in Chapter 2, now it is only the hero and the cop team who have the upper hand, if not mainly just the hero team, because the hero team got what seems like a nerf in powers, but actually, with them revamping the powers fully, the powers just got buffed and nerfed slightly in the process. And every time I play in public server, I get one-shotted by a Voltron or a Inferno, or just killed by a Hot Rod because they are really too fast to even hit. Another major complaint I have about Chapter 2 is the bugs. Because within all the 2 years it took them to make the game, they've repeatedly have said that they would polish the game and not rush it. But in my opinion, it does kind of look like they rushed the testing. I'm not saying they did, I don't know if they did or not, but it looks like they did in my opinion. Because if they didn't rush testing, they would have been able to patch a lot of these bugs before the game came out. One thing I have to say about the bugs is that it ruins the player's experience with the game. because if you do not release a polished game, the bugs will ruin a player's experience with it and want to stop playing in total, especially if there's a lot of game affecting bugs, which there are. The devs have been doing a good job at patching the bugs, which I have to give them a point for, but the fact that there was bugs to patch in the first place kind of overrides that point. I'm not saying that they were not allowed to release a game with bugs, but the fact that it released with this much bugs proves that they did do something wrong on their part. Finally, last but not least, the one thing I haven't talked about yet is the nerfs. Now, the nerfs are something I actually am really frustrated about. They have nerfed several vehicles over the past week. Why they have nerfed these vehicles, I'm unclear of. A lot of the nerfs have upset a lot of the people who have bought said vehicles for the update or before the update. For example, when I bought the Halo, it was really fast, and that's why I loved the vehicle. I don't know if they've undone the nerf or not. It seems like they did, but the fact that they nerfed it in the first place made me mad. One of the other nerfs I'm really frustrated about is the fact that they nerfed the hyperglider. The reasons why they nerfed this are still unclear. It used to be able to go across the map in seconds with a long-lasting nitro. Now, it can't even get halfway across the map without going straight to the ground. The physics I'm really happy with. They are a lot better than they were in Chapter 1. However, I do have to say that the bike physics could get a little bit more work, and the hovering physics on water could need some touching up, but other than that, I'm really happy with the physics in this update. But overall, I am really happy with this update. I cannot say that enough. I love this update. Probably my favorite update so far. The only big things I have to complain about are the fact that they nerfed so many things, including the heists. Like, the nerfing the heists kind of took away the challenge of the game. Let me know what you guys think about Chapter 2. I love the update. I hope the devs do what's best for the game. I hope they don't nerf anything else. I hope they reverse some of the nerfs. But other than that, I love this update. Let me know what you guys think of the update again. And thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts about Chapter 2. And I'll see you guys later.